Hello and welcome to the latest CraftySniper's tech videos. Yes, someone's going to let me loose with some tech bits. Right, as you can see before you, you have an SRS sniper rifle. Now, I've been batting all about these things for quite a while now, and how amazing these rifles are. And one of the real plus sides is how easy it is to actually work on one of these things. And that's what today's video is going to be about. Today's video is all going to be about changing the inner barrel in one of these things. What we're going to do, we're going to strip this rifle down, we're going to take out the inner barrel. I'm going to show you the inner barrel that's in this rifle, which is an edgy dual bore barrel, and I'm going to show you the hop unit, and yeah, I'm going to show you basically how to strip it down, take the barrel out, and so on and so forth. So, first of all, the equipment you need: SRS sniper rifle. This works for any of the SRS sniper rifles in the range. The difference between the actual rifles is the length of the part that's nearly out of frame at the moment, but the length of the handguard and therefore the inner barrel. This is was the 26-inch version SRS. The difference with it now is the fact that even though it's got the handguard system for the 26-inch rifle, I've changed it to a suppressor at the end, which is now sporting a 22-inch inner barrel. But that's basically all the difference between this rifle and when I first received it, when it was within its 26-inch guise. So anyway, first of all, let's go back onto track here. Things you need to take this rifle apart: Allen keys. This is all you're going to need, really. One Allen key undoes the bolts on the outside, and you need some smaller Allen keys to basically take the inner barrel away from the outer barrel, but we'll get onto that. So first of all, you need a number 6 Allen key, one of these things. And what we're looking for is this little bolt here, this little Allen screw here, which I pull up. We need this one. Now, I've got the ATAX Field Green stickers over this, but basically you've got an unlock and a lock indicator, which is something you have to turn to release the barrel. On the other side of the rifle, we have these screws just here, and these are the actual screws that tighten onto the barrel. So first of all, we're going to turn this into the unlock position, which is a straight 6 o'clock position of the rifle, i.e. pointing towards the trigger. And once you get the little indicator, which hopefully I can get into shot here, there's a little line on the screw. Once that's facing directly down, you are now in the unlocked position. So then we get hold of the number 6 again, exactly the same one, and we undo the screws. Now these have to be quite tight. Now what I tend to do is undo them a couple of times, or a couple of runs round, and that usually is enough. These do not come out, these are captive screws. What you will notice, and if it's your first time doing this, is how much it pushes the bodywork out of the way, which I'll show you just now. You can just see there's a groove here. The screws have been lifted up, it's pushing on the plastic bodywork. That's perfectly normal. That's what's holding the screws all in place. So just checking that's all undone. Once they are undone, take hold of the suppressor, flash hider, whatever it is, take off the front end and just pull it straight out. And we now do not need rifle. So now we have the outer barrel with suppressor added to the end of it. And right at the end we can see this is the rear end of a fast hop system. Now to take out the inner barrel, I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of the rifle, we don't need that anymore. To take out the inner barrel of this, we need another Allen screw to go into here. Now this is a very small one. Is it the smallest of the smallest? I can never remember. No, it's not going to be the small. Oh, it might be. Yes, it is the smallest of the smallest. So this is a 1.5 Allen screw. And you just take this little teeny weeny thing out. You don't have to take it out all the way, but as long as it's protruding, let me just get this turned right, you can just see it slightly protruding there. When the camera's really going to focus in on that. Just as long as it's protruding, just a little teeny weeny bit. I'll just make sure, because I don't want to scratch the hop chamber. But now, you can slide out the whole inner bowel and hop chamber, like so. So now we can get rid of the outer bowel, we don't need that. And there it is. That is a fast hop chamber and an edgy dual bore bowel. I can't remember the exact length, I think it's 21 inches, I think, officially, if I measured it right, but they count it as a 22. You can just see, just there's little scratch marks. That's where the little grub screw, which is just there, grips onto the hop chamber. So it just grabs just in front of where the hop arm is. Now I'm not going to take this apart, that's going to be for another video, but I can show you and go through you just what you're seeing here. Now this is obviously the rear end of the hop chamber. You've got a hop dial, which is the great thing about these hop chambers. You can actually dial them in, and they all have little numbers on. I don't know when that's going to actually focus. There you go. It's going to focus in, and there you go. You got the numbers, and you have a little notch, which is just there. So at the moment, this is set for number 4. I haven't had a chance to test this barrel out properly, but it was doing quite well, great results, and it's all under limit for the UK at number 4 position. So we'll obviously test this out on a field very, very soon. But yes, moving on, you have the actual hop chamber body. You have 2 hop grub screws, again, if I can get them in, there we go. There's one, and there's one on the opposite side. They grip onto the actual barrel, I do believe, if I remember correctly. We have the hop arm situated just in the middle there, and if you to take the hop arm out, you have a little tiny little pin just about there. Poke that out, and the hop arm pretty much flies out. Especially if you set these up just nicely with an R-hop patch and you know, all the rest of the stuff you can put in one of these things. So yes, that is the inner bowel. That's the outer bowel, and if I wasn't talking so much, this can be done within, I don't know, 5 minutes, probably less than that, if you really know what you're doing. I've actually got another bowel. I've got the Lombarda, I think we call it, inner bowel, again with a fast hop chamber, so I can swap different bowels out very, very quickly. So reassembly of the bowel is very, very simple. While you've got this taken apart, there's an O-ring in here, a rather large O-ring. Just make sure that's pressed in just nicely, because it does have a tendency to flick out every now and again, especially when the rifle's been taken apart so many times. So, anyway, reassembly. Lining up, obviously the top part of the barrel is obviously where the grub screw is. And basically, you need to line up all these. Try not to scrape the barrel, because that's an expensive inner barrel. Now basically what I like to do, you leave it out just a little bit, and you basically line up the hop arm and the mark that's on just before the hop arm, just there, with the grub screw. So lining it up just nicely, and press it so that it all goes in, and basically just keep checking. You have to check and make sure everything's all lined up. Once it's pressed in as far as it can go, take your, what was it, a 1.5 litre, 1.5 litre, that's a good one, 1.5 Allen key, and just tighten that grub screw back in again. You don't have to do it too tight, just finger tight will do nicely, but just check by trying to pull out the inner barrel. If the inner barrel don't come out, you've done good. Now, you need to get hold of the body of the rifle again. Here comes the fun part, trying to do this on the camera. Again, trying to line up everything so that everything's in the correct position, which I'm not doing on camera at the moment. And slide in. Now, once the barrel has been inserted correctly, the hop chamber has a groove on it and basically lines up. Now, you will not be able to spin the whole barrel. If it's lined up perfectly, you will. There's a little bit of movement, but not enough to spin the actual barrel. So you know now that that is in the correct position. So turn the rifle over till you get to your lock and unlock Allen screw and turn it to the 12 o'clock position. Checking that. And that locks in the bowel, but the bowel is still loose. Obviously we don't want a loose bowel. Loose bowels mean terrible shots. So then we just do the reverse of what we did to actually turn it the right way. It usually helps. And what I do is I tighten up one Allen screw even, and move on to the next one. Work the way down the line, and then go back to the first one and get it nice and tight. And you'll know it's all done because now this does not come out and it does not move one little bit. So that is how you change the inner barrel on an SRS silverback SRS sniper rifle. All you needed was a 6mm Allen screw and a 1.5mm Allen screw, we like to call it, which most airsofters have in their collection. I believe actually the SRS even comes with these screws anyway. But that's how simple it is. Dead simple. Absolutely easy. Next video I'm going to be showing is how to change the spring in this and work on the rear end of the rifle. Again, really simple system. So I hope you found this video informative, all you guys and girls out there that like the SRS sniper rifle, or you're thinking of buying one of these SRS sniper rifles. Amazing piece of kit, absolutely awesome, probably the leading sniper rifle on the airsoft market as of this video being made. The results I get out of this rifle, I have shot a .48 gram BB at 100 metres, went over 100 metres, and it hit the target. The target was the side of a shed, so, you know, the usable range is around 70-80 metres, but, you know, the theoretical range of this rifle is over 100 metres with the setup at the moment. So, yes, like I say, I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, comments related to the SRS, please ask away on the underneath this video on YouTube, or post them onto the Crafty page on Facebook, and I'll happily answer any questions about the SRS. So I hope you find this video fun, stay safe, and I'll see you through my airsoft sights very soon.